With the present day condition, would you still agree that education is the key to success? Hi, welcome back. This is our corner and my name is LOLA. To our precious viewer, we say thank you for joining us today on the show. And if you are joining us for the first time, I'd like you to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you very much. Audio Jungle. Welcome back from the short break. So today with me, I'm with Mr. Ojo, LivingProof, who will be talking on education and its real sense. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning to you, Lola, and the viewers out there.
Sir, please can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the privilege given to me to be part of this show. My name is LivingProof Samson Ojo. I'm a serial entrepreneur, a content writer, and by the grace of God, I have some books credited to my records.
That's nice.
One of it is Mechanism of Studying and Back to the Future. So, subsequently, you know me better. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for meeting us here today and joining us on the show.
Thank
so,
you.
please, as regards to the topic, education and its real sense. So, can you really tell us what education is?
Oh, thank you so much. I love the question. Education is a controversial and a kind of misunderstood topic in our climate today. And if I may put a lie to it, I will just summarize it in just a statement that education, to my best of understanding, is life. It's a system that allows you to accumulate information that should be translated into solution. So that's why I said education is life.
Education is life. Okay, so what would you say schooling is?
Schooling. Well, that has become issue in our society today.
Okay.
And if I have to go deep into it, we may not live here today.
Take your time.
Schooling is a setup. How do I mean by that? It's a system that we find ourselves where we need to play a script that we don't understand. Going by the history, when it was invented, 4 people sat down because they needed something to be done.
Okay.
One of them is Horace Mann. They needed to look for an array of people that will dutifully obey order. A zombie. People that they will not have the mind of their own. And they said, how can we get this? And they drafted a formula and a policy. And they drafted something out. And said, let's gather them and start putting in this, the formula.
So you are trying to say the schooling system is scripted?
It's scripted. So they drafted the formula and it was handed over to the executor. And that is how we are playing or going by it.
Okay.
Let me call your attention to something.
All right.
If it is not a damaging system, how come about the bell? Or have you ever thought of it? The ring bell, assembly,
Okay.
the exam, the test. How come about all those things?
Well, school is it's a place where we are giving instructions. It's more like we are following a particular thing to be done. Like we're just being modest in our duty, just to learn. We are following instructions.
You
We are
said
being
to
modest.
learn. What are you really learning? It is a system, as I've said. It's a conspiracy.
It's bringing a lot of people into different fields.
How? Let me boil it down to our country, because it's a borrowed system.
Yes, okay.
If I have to boil it down to our country, during a colonial era, you will agree with me that when the white men that colonized us, they needed someone to carry out an interpretation. That was how they get some set of people into schooling. They started training them so that their work could be easier.
The lingua franca, okay.
You understand me? So that it could be carried out faster. That is how they drafted the formula and brought it back to our own client. And we are still following suit.
Okay, so what's the goal of school?
So the curriculum is a setup to make the majority more employable, domicile, to obey order, not to be a creative mind, as they told us. They made you to understand that when you go to school, they are preparing you for the future. Abi? And the intent supposed to be a place where they train you to make you bet the future. We were made to understand yesterday that youth are the leaders of tomorrow.
Okay.
And when you look at everything going on now,
Exactly. We've never been once.
we have not, some of us are in yesterday's tomorrow.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I get my point.
So it's all a conspiracy. It's all set up. And that is what the curriculum is dishing out.
Okay, so what's the goal of schooling now? What's its goal?
The goal of schooling is to bet people that they will employ, employable people.
Don't you think it's a way of paving way for them as well?
Paving way for the... Yes, that's why I said it's a conspiracy. It's a setup.
Everybody can think. Like you are talking about them the school not wanting us to be creative, but creativity in itself is you thinking outside. Everybody can. There is no stop to it. There is no stop to you being creative. There is no stop to you thinking outside the box. There is no limitation as of now. It is you thinking you are limited. So
now,
what has schooling got to do with an individual's mind?
So I like where you're diving into now. You said it should be this, it should be that. Yes. If it should be this, why are we spending more time in school? Let's say you have the parents that will wake by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
To start preparing for the child to go to school by 7 as a way of releasing the kids because of distraction. Abi?
Yeah.
They want to do some other things. That should give you a clue to what school is all about. That means if you are being released, if a child is being released, in order for the parent not to be distracted, that means you are getting the distraction in school. We spend so much time in school and gain nothing out of it. You understand? Let me now tell you to prove my point. Do you know there is a way individual learns?
Yeah, we all have a unique way to learning.
Okay, but you have a system that brings everybody together in a four-corner room without thinking of the diversity of learning skill. Let's take for instance, there is a way a left-handed person will learn. There is a way a right-handed person will learn.
How is why should there be differences in learning when it comes to...
That is another topic.
Okay.
You understand me? And if you want to make it easier for you, you get my book, Mechanism of Studying.
Okay.
I did a lot of justice to that in it. You understand me? So the people that they put together in a confined environment have different ways of assimilating things. And you still do more harm to them by judging them through tests. Whereas you gave me a wrong way where I can learn, and you're now testing me based on your own conclusion. How do you want best out of me? So is school helping creativity, if I may ask you? No. If not, they won't put people of the same age together. People with different skills together. Can you judge a fish by how much it could climb a tree? Will you get an accurate score? Definitely no. And that's what we are doing.
Okay. So thank you very much for debunking its whole thing. Please, we'll be going down. We'll be going on a short break now. When we come back, we'll talk about why education is important, its differences, and lots more. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tomi, and I love enjoyment. Abby, who no like better thing? I like to do things that make me feel happy and comfortable. One of those things is going to a nice and comfortable restaurant and treat myself to delicious and good meals.
Hi, welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned with us. Mr. Ojo, LivingProof, is trying to tell us that schooling is us being in a confined environment, being in a confined room, classroom to be precise, and education is experiencing a lot more on its other side. So, sir, why is education important? Because since you believe that the goal of schooling now is to put us in a particular room, a particular place, and issued us something we call certificates. So what then is education and why is it important if this is what you believe?
Oh, thank you so much. As I've said earlier, I said education itself is life. It's an accumulation of information that should be translated to solution. So whatever solution you are saying today, the solutions to darkness from agrarian age to information age that we are in now, it's education, which all of it cannot be gotten in what we call schooling.
Why do you think they cannot be got? Because, okay, there are the others like the Faradays and all of those scientists we have in the last centuries. So what are you trying to say? Because they are not issued certificates now, their principle is not correct? Or what are you trying to say?
No, I want to quote someone I revere so much, Bishop David Olaniyi Oyedepo.
Okay.
He said, it is possible to spend 4 years in school and not being educated.
Very.
So So that means if he, as a founder of 2 great universities, a renowned universities, and a founder of hundreds of colleges and nursery and primary schools,
Okay.
still say this, that should give you a clue to something. So if they propounded some things, your question should be, where did they get it from? You understand me?
I get your point.
There's a way you can get yourself educated without finding yourself in school.
It's still schooling because at the long run, you are issued a certificate, and that's the difference.
You don't. What is certificate? What is the essence of certificate?
It is-
I define schooling
Okay.
the other time as a place where
You're educated
no where you go
and you're given an information.
and they make you more employable. That is what you're being taught, and they certify you based on that. That is, you are qualified
To get a job,
to get a job,
to get a particular thing.
to be you can obey order.
Okay, so in the long run, if I'm going to be learning at home, what am I doing it for then?
Eh?
What am I doing it
You are
for?
educating yourself.
I'm educating myself to do what?
Eh?
I'm educating myself
To give yourself life.
to give myself life. Where?
Eh?
Where?
You can get it anywhere.
Is it not the same?
Are you in the school?
I am not in the school.
We are defining school.
No.
School or schooling system is a place.
Okay.
You understand me? It's
Okay.
a place.
It's a place, yes. It's
You
a
understand
place
me?
where you
Now, must you go to a place before you get yourself
get
educated?
Okay.
No.
I think the goal of the goal of education now is also to be issued a particular thing to stand out. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You don't need a particular thing to stand out when you get yourself educated.
What is the driving force to anyway?
Like
before
let's
you
say
get
now,
to
let's say now you want to solve. I define education as an avenue or a system where you gather information that should translate into solution.
okay.
We have so many in which, let me just mind it down a bit, in which school can still be one of the avenues. You understand? Now, if you want to put up a solution to a particular problem in our society, are you understanding me? Must you be certified to do that before you kickstart? No. Because the people that did it, most of them were not certified.
They have a level of experience to
It's just a drive.
yes,
a
there is
passion.
there is an enlightened experience to bring them to that particular field.
Yeah.
You say you're a content writer, right?
Yes.
Before, when you, maybe, I don't know, like if you use Upwork or Fiverr, you will see on that template, you will see so years of experience. I have the knowledge.
Okay.
I am not experienced, or some requested for certificates. Are you certified? So are you trying to say this thing now, they're not basically learned in school? It is you self, you paid, you're tutoring, you have a tutor or you have a coach who actually put you through, or you bought these schools from other platform. You understand?
Yeah.
So why do people who are trying to give you some jobs, the online jobs which you actually will be working on, need that certificate or experience that you have? Do you? I don't know if you get my point. Is the fact that one basic thing schooling and education does is certify you to be eligible, to be employable. That's my point. You're employable.
You are still going back to the wrongs in the society.
Okay, that I'm trying to tell you what the majority believe and what at large now, and you're trying to.
That is what we are being
oppose.
indoctrinated into.
Okay, and you're
So,
trying
and
to
it's not the
oppose
fault
motion now.
of anyone. That's why our parents always tell us, go to school so that you can do what?
Learn.
And get a good job. And get a good grade so that you can get a good job. So they have indoctrinated us into that believing that this is what this place is meant for. I have a guy, it's called Bania. He grew up in this town, Kaba. Attended St. Augustine College. He got to SS2 or 3. He stopped. He's one of the leading personality in the crypto world. Are you listening to me? He has developed his own coins. He has his own wallets. I respect the guy so much. He's calling world attention. He stopped.
And try to get what exactly?
And sat home and started educating himself.
Okay.
Now, he cannot point to one certificate. But he's a solution provider.
What do you mean you can't point to one certificate?
The certificate you are referring to.
He was certified after the level of education
I'm
he got,
telling you,
isn't it?
there is no proof of any certificate.
There is a proof of experience.
Is that certificate?
It is
Yes,
so
no, we have been
when you
made
say
to.
schooling now, schooling is programmed to make you employable. That is what you are driving at now. Education also is programmed to make you employable.
No, not to make you employable.
It is.
To prepare you to be a solution.
To prepare you to be a solution.
Yes. There are two different things.
A solution.
Being employable and being a solution provider.
Very different.
Abi? They are two different things. So, one is for one and the other is for this. Being employable is in line with schooling. Being a solution provider is in line with education.
Okay.
Though, in a way, you can gather the information, bits of it, from this side, which is schooling.
Okay.
You understand me? So that's why we can't scrap out totally. It's just that the curriculum should be amended to suit an aspect.
I hope you actually have your questions ready. And do you really agree with what Mr. Ojo LivingProof has been saying, that schooling is a scripted program for students, and education is a way to liberate us? Drop your comments, your likes, and of course tell us what you have in mind. So, sir, can you give us the difference between the school, the education, and of course skills, which is the most known thing here that very few people have?
Okay.
Even though it is very, very well known, very few people have that.
Okay. Now we've talked about schooling and education.
Yeah.
You're bringing in skill now. Acquiring skill. Before that one is done, you need to gather information. So in a way, we cannot separate education and skill acquisition.
Okay.
You understand? Most of the skill that many people are exhibiting today, if you ask 90% of them, it was not gotten in school. You understand?
Education in its real sense is giving information, right?
Yes.
Which can also be given in school.
Which, yes, is one of the medium.
Okay.
You understand? So what I'm trying to say now is skill is something that we needed to give much attention to, because it is something that will give everyone life. You understand?
Would you opt for skill acquisition?
I studied mechanical and production engineering, and I got myself into crypto entrepreneurship.
How was that?
That is a skill. You understand me? You just said you're a content writer.
Yes,
It's a skill. There's a skill of writing. Is that not?
There is. There are.
The people videoing us is a skill. We have divers of them. You understand me? And majority, 90% of the people exhibiting some certain skills now. If you ask them, interview them, they don't have connection with it to where they finished from.
Do you understand the job market?
Of course.
What do you say on that?
Now, that is one of the problems that they are dishing out for us.
How is it a problem?
How can someone spend so much in school and you come out and still struggling to fix yourself? Or what can you say about someone that graduated and in that process of serving for 1 year, you will see them in fashion designing shop, you will see some shoemaking shop, photographing shop, and so many like that. That should pose a question. If the job market is favorable, then those things should have been fixed in school.
Fixed.
Yes. They should not come out as in that thing should have been explored and should have been taken advantage of. Now, school's supposed to, the way it's supposed to be designed, they should look at you, they should be able to x-ray you and know where your talent or your skills, what you are good at, lies. If they discover that you sing very well as a child, it's a clue to something.
Thank you very much for watching. So we are going to be drawing the curtains on what education, schooling and skills is. So as regards to what we've been saying, so what is your conclusion on what schooling, education and skills are?
Thank you so much. I will want to say this. Our school should start working on the curriculum that will suit our client so that the best can come out of the students. What do I mean by the best? If you are being x-rayed, there should be something they will detect about your personality. Then it should be in line with that. If it will take you to go to that particular school, so that when you will come out, you come out wholly as a complete being, where you won't need to struggle again. You now become a master at what you are trained, which will be in line with your talents, which was discovered in school. You know, and if it will take them to train you in your own language that you will understand, it should be part of the solution that we're talking about.
Okay, so what do you think of the interaction between parents and skills? Because most of the parents do not really buy it.
Well, most of the blames, I will take it back to the parents as well. Because our parents now hand over the whole responsibility to teachers. And these are strangers. I read a book, The Underground Meaning of Education in America by Taylor. He said the parent damages things by handing over their children to a total stranger. You understand me? Someone you don't know. Just like if your phone or your car developed fault and you needed to take it to a mechanic.
Okay.
Will you just take it to a quack mechanic? No. You look for an expert so that your car will not be damaged further. But why then are we not taking cognizance of that in handing over our own children to someone we can
trust,
vouch for, and trust? You understand?
Yeah.
So work should be done on the parent, though it is not their fault.
Okay.
They are also part of the system.
Okay.
Parents take their ward or their children to school without knowing the capacity of the teacher. They don't know what they can do. You understand me?
The school is supposed to know what the teacher can do.
But as a parent, you should know better. You understand me? Okay. You should know better.
Okay. Now that we've talked about you've advised the parent, what's your advice for teens and youth?
Well, as we have seen where the world is driving to, teens and youth should get back to their seats and re-engineer themselves, because a lot has been done against them. So they have duty to get themselves educated through skills. The world is changing very fast. We are not in agrarian age again.
Exactly.
In fact, if they are expecting to finish from school and get a good job, where is the job? We are in a robotic era where robots will take over many jobs. You understand me?
Yeah.
So it will only take an equipped man to use equipment. So that is my advice for the youth. Okay. Get yourself educated, train yourself, sit down, be in tune with what is happening now in the world. We have left information age, if I may tell you. We're in a blockchain age. So they should get a skill in line with the age we are now, and they will not be left out.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming on the show to enlighten us on this topic.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate of your efforts and your advice for the youth and the teens. So here I also know that you will be having you agree with what Mr. Ojo LivingProof has said, and of course there will be a disagreement on what he has said earlier. So I'd like you to drop your comments on this topic, on his statements, on his advice, everything he has said. So I'd like you to also know that stepping out of this box will actually pave way for you. You actually discover yourself while in school, educate yourself, get skilled, and be a better person to the world at large. Follow us at WorkTV_NG, and of course, WorkTV on Facebook. Thank you very much. Till we see on the flip side.
Music, drama and comedy. Documentaries. Red carpets in fashion. Culture and lots more. Only on World TV, unveiling talents.